I am the Marketing Communication Specialist at Communities and Schools of Benton-Franklin, and I am bringing you an inside look of our student support coordinators at the schools who work with our students and family throughout the lens of a podcast. So I hope you enjoy our video. So tune in for this episode. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Tiara Villegas at Hanford High School.
And I'm Heather Baltazar at Rivers Edge High School and Pacific Crest Online Academy.
And I'm Adilene Izquierdo, and I'm at Richland High School.
And I'm Nallely Sanchez, and I'm at Southridge High School.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys for being here. I'm excited to have you here, and I'm excited to share to our audience, just bringing you that insight look from how do you guys empower students in your schools. And so I'm very excited to show that. So we're going to have a little fun right now. We're going to start with our icebreaker. I have like a questions jar, so we'll go ahead and start. All right, who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
You want to go first? All right.
What's your favorite family tradition?
Ooh.
This just started like recently, but for Christmas we do a white elephant for our family too.
Oh, cool.
And it gets very competitive and like, you know, everyone's having fun and like being kids again, so.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome.
It says, what's the last thing you completed on your bucket list? Oh my gosh. I haven't yet.
Okay.
But it's in the works. I've always wanted to travel to Greece, so we're hoping we can do that in 2 years. Yeah.
Ooh.
For my 30th birthday.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I guess that's like the main one right now.
That's on your bucket list. Nice.
Planning to start it.
Yeah.
What's your favorite quote? That's a good one. There's a quote that education is changing from looking into mirrors into looking out windows. And it's not the exact quote, but I love that quote because it really, we start with our own experience and perspective, and then all of a sudden something happens to where we can see all the possibilities outside of that. So that's my favorite.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I like that quote.
What do the first 30 minutes of your typical day look like? Let's see. Definitely struggling to get out of bed. Feeding my cat and taking vitamins and getting my lunch together.
Productive.
Yeah. After the 15 minutes of scrolling on TikTok.
Yes.
Thank you guys. That was fun. And so I do have a question to kind of get to know you all and also to provide like our audience with just a little bit more insight of what you guys do. So for you guys, what does CISBF means?
So CISBF is a nonprofit organization, and we are established in about 30 schools here in our area. And a lot of us do offer like different types of supports and resources to the students and the staff in our school.
A couple of supports I provide at Hanford are groups with specific students that maybe they're experiencing grief. We do a grief group through art. We do a boys and girls group, and that's partnered with community partners too.
So I think one of the CISBF is providing those basic needs, which really get rid of those barriers to academic and just life success for families and students, and being able to provide those really gives them kind of, it leverages everything.
Yeah. I think too the supports look very different from each other, from school to school. I know you guys all do high school, but in each high school it looks different, and the students are different, and families are different, and have different needs. Is there like some things that you guys would want to share about the supports that you're offering right now?
Do you think depending on like the population of our school, maybe we have more like Spanish speaking families, so that translation during like parent meetings, conferences are important, or trying to get them resources with like health insurance or like work once agriculture season is over and stuff like that. So you really tailor your resources to the populations that you serve.
What are other supports that are most brought up to your school year round?
I'd say codes for sure, support around basic needs, school supplies, as well as just around like things that we really don't think about, like, so that's like glasses support, like going to go get checkups for dental, things like that.
I think some things that are very common at my school, when especially around sports, is like just getting the physicals done, or like knowing how to fill out certain paperwork, or once they do make the team and stuff, not being able to pay for the uniforms or the shoes that they need for their specific sport that they're going to play. So that has been something that has been a high need at my school.
Yeah, and even though we're all at different schools, I feel like the needs and the supports are very similar in some ways. So, for example, we'll have families reaching out for like gas cards or groceries, and like laundry detergent and just like toiletries, like toothpaste, shampoo, things like that. So I feel like a little bit of everything is.
What do you guys think would be the best beneficial for high school students right now? Organizations or community partners like to donate to our high schools, and I know they donate like coats and hoodies and things like that, or shoes. What do you guys think is the most helpful currently?
I think one of the things, definitely clothes, but if you look beyond just coats and shoes, a lot of the kids are coming in asking for things like, I had students asking for belts, I have students asking for just t-shirts and pants, just things that look nice that they can wear to school and feel comfortable and confident in.
I think when we get donations that are like clothing and stuff, being mindful of like maybe things that are more stretchy so it can fit a wide variety of students, because I feel like jeans are very specific to like some size and stuff. So just to be more inclusive and stuff is important.
We see a lot of clothing donations, but is there any other things that besides clothing that students might these days want,
One is definitely earbuds, wireless earbuds. And I mean, they're using them in classrooms, so it's not just because it's a want, it's definitely a need.
Now that like post-COVID and like online school, a lot of things have stayed online. So I think another huge need is like hotspots or just access to internet and Wi-Fi at home. For some of these families, it's very difficult and not something that put a priority to, because they don't, they have other bills to pay and they have other things that come more important. So for students to not get so behind or be able to get caught up in their assignments, having like Wi-Fi at home is very important.
And community partners, just the partnership is always needed for sure. Whether that's just donations or coming in and talking about their program, or just different things like insurance and driver's ed and all these other things. High school students are very curious about it. For sure.
Getting help with at my school, like students just needing that extra financial support to pay for their driving class is also something that I've seen as a need at my school too.
Which is so important, because especially when you're looking at transportation, parents are working, and then I mean that can be a huge change for them to be able to attend every day just by having that license.
The high schools, I know May is coming around super soon, and we have our grad campaign that happens throughout that year. So we just want to put a plug in for our grad support coming up in May, and feel free to just reach out to any of our student support coordinators or stop by at their school site, and they're always happy to have a conversation and get new partnerships. So that really brings me on to my next question, that is, what supports have been exciting to bring to your students in school this year? Any fun projects that you guys have been working on with your students, or any supports that you really would want to highlight?
We are starting a mentorship program through CIS, and one of my schools was chosen to be the pilot program, so I'm really excited to bring some mentors inside the school. Really, it's just about breaking down barriers for these students and the families. So I think that was a great opportunity.
Our student support coordinators have been amazing at their work that they do, and so we really would like to highlight them individually and kind of showcase who they are and what is their why. They're the student support coordinator, but individually they're their own person, and I would really just want to highlight that because they're the reason why they do the work that they do. Anybody wants to start us off?
I can go first.
Awesome.
So just being a first generation student and my parents not having like that post-secondary education, there was a lot of things that I kind of had to figure out on my own. So I feel like it would have been really nice if I had an SSC there to kind of guide me when it came to like college and stuff, or like how to apply for FAFSA or scholarships and things like that. So part of my why, aside from just helping students be successful or providing them the resources that they need to thrive after high school, is just being able to guide them, encouraging them so that they know that they can do things on their own as well, with the support, of course, of teachers, admin, us as SSCs. Mm-hmm. And so I think that's like part of my why, is just making sure that students have someone, because you kind of do need it. It's kind of tough to figure it out all on your own. And so now, again, for me, the advice that I would give my younger self is the advice that I provide to my students.
I think similar to what Adilene mentioned, like being first generation, but also just being like Latina in the school. Mm-hmm. You want to find someone that looks like you and maybe has gone through similar struggles or challenges as you, and like pick their brain on like, okay, how did you overcome this, or what were the steps you took to, find solutions and stuff. And I know when I was in high school, I had someone to really guide me and kind of keep me on a straight path and stuff. So I wanted to really give back and kind of pass it forward. So I think with the work that we do, it's really easy to help those students that need the extra help or maybe the extra motivation to attend classes, to reach out to the teachers for support or help when they're struggling with academics and stuff, and not being afraid to talk to people of authority.
Yeah, and I would say that my why is just the same stuff that I saw growing up in the schools now, and really not having a big advocate, making sure that I'm the advocate for the families and the students, and letting them know that somebody is there to listen to them, and behind like them not coming to school, or behind all of the masks that the students wear and the families wear, there is definitely like a reasoning why they're wearing that mask. So sometimes they just need somebody to listen to them. So that's a big why for me as well.
And I know you also do like you have your groups of students that you're doing at your school. How does that look like?
Yeah, so we partner with domestic violence, and they come in and do a boys and girls group, and that is around boundaries and around just situational things. And I think that's a great opportunity too for them to find a trusted adult. And then as well as partnering with domestic violence and having them come in and talk about situations maybe that the students and families are going through.
So my why is kind of similar. I'm also a first generation college student, and I think one of the big reasons that I love being at SSC and why I wanted to be a part of CISBF is because just the personal experiences of having to overcome obstacles that maybe a lot of other individuals don't have to. And sometimes when you're in those obstacles and you don't realize that there's so many possibilities and that you can overcome them and that you can do hard things. And I think that's one of the things that I love to communicate to students is, you can have the worst experience ever, but there's always somewhere to go from there, and there's always somebody you can reach out to. And just knowing that can change a lifetime.
Yeah, definitely.
For sure.
Well, thank you guys for sharing your why. I think it's just very important to not only highlight like you as a student support coordinator, but also like your individual self. And you guys make this possible and provide the services for our students. Well, I want to say that I appreciate you guys all, and thank you for being here. You can find our student support coordinators at.
So I'm Nallely, I'm at Southridge High School.
And I'm Adilene, and I'm at Richland High School.
And I'm Heather, and I'm at Rivers Edge High School and Pacific Crest Online Academy.
And I'm Tiara, and I'm at Hanford High School.
And then we do have one more high school student support coordinator at Legacy High School. You can find Tyler Ramos there. And so, I'll leave their contact info and their school site on the next slide. And tune in for the next episode. Thank you guys for coming here. Thanks.